Yeah. Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Never save no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars.
Give me some Ingram. Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Mark Ingram, fresh off a big performance a weekend ago, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Los Angeles Rams. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in a perfect 10-0.
And it's not just that they're winning, it's how they're winning. All phases of the game coming together for this team.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they've been in a great group. Winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
He's always been an incredible decision maker on the field. Takes care of the ball really well, puts his team in the right positions, makes sure the play calls are accurate. Also was a minor league baseball player. Didn't hit very well there. I think he made a great career choice picking football.
Now Wilson. And his first look is incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And it's second down. And with this offense, what about DJ Fluker?
Came out of Alabama, could play tackle, could play guard. He's so big, Brandon, I think he plays both at the same time.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny.
Yo, who shot that
And he
beat?
is met quickly in the backfield.
Folded
Down
like a
he
lawn
goes,
chair.
Folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss.
There you go.
I
That's
think
what I meant to do.
quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Throwing is Wilson. The open man is Westbrook. And they're able to get this one
God
across
damn,
the
I'm
35.
still letting him beat
Catch
me
number
like that.
30 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Hold up, fucking
So
Westbrook
here's
is
a
his
first
fucking...
and 10 at the 38.
Yeah. Dang, he's a traitor
From the
too.
shotgun, Wilson. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They go play action now. Wilson. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction.
And with a flag down, he goes down.
Finally.
So they're able to sack him. Now
Little
the penalty
slippery
looks like it
motherfucker.
could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
It's taken to the 26. So a change of possession here on the punt. So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Stafford on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. This offense has a few playmakers. If they're going to go downfield, they often look the way of Stills.
He loves to run the deep routes, loves to get downfield and make the big catches, and he does it with flair.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. It's complete. Stills. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Kenny Stills.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it staring at a 3rd down and 13. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go
Derek
down.
Wolfe.
Derek Wolfe in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And
where's the fly guy?
Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Stafford.
Stafford's a good quarterback. Fuck, I should have blocked. So I saw him block.
Flat on his back.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team.
What?
Football
Are these actually actual
let the guy
fucking
catch the ball.
penalties?
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
What in the hell? These are
defensively on
so
fourth down,
fucking
and
weird
now that leads to
penalties
a
that
first
I've been
and 10.
having.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
What the hell? And I think this game's gone by way too
And we'll
fucking
remind you,
fast.
coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
He's a slippery
We get slap
motherfucker,
happy up here
too.
sometimes.
Offense.
That's pointing towards
Well,
me.
your
Thank you
QB's
very
been
much.
sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Here's Wilson. And he completes it to Westbrook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Wilson. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
I can feel these hits.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Draw play, it's Eckler. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he completes it to Wilson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play.
And get a field goal.
That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
The hell, this game is going way too fast.
As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was the visiting Cardinals who get the road victory. Mitchell Trubisky, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten.
No, they are 2-9. Thank you very much.
The Broncos at home in Denver, and they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets.
They're in the hunt.
Hamilton, a touchdown
if you think about it. They're 5-5, so is Dallas.
Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. Lamar Jackson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes.
3-8, your season's done.
Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, what the hell?
Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here are the Rams to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Now a first down throw. Stafford going deep here for Stills. And that is incomplete.
What in the hell?
Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Bro, this is a depressing game right now.
Throwing again. Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete.
What the fuck?
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
To throw is Stafford. That's caught. It's Coleman. He's got the first down and more past midfield. A big third down pickup of 20 yards.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. On first down, Stafford here. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. T.J. Hockenson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So let's glance at a player's spotlight now with Russell Wilson. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson, short throw to Disley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end.
We're almost done with the third quarter. Holy
we're
shit.
seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
Bro, guys, you are killing me. Stafford's a good quarterback. You guys are catching shit when it's right on you.
Wind up incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Stafford.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. He'll rifle this one deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play. So it might as well have not even had the penalty.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. To the air again, Stafford. And that's going to be knocked away.
I'm about to fucking rage quit.
The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
How
2
the hell
incompletions haven't moved him any closer.
can I do this
again,
fucking horrible?
3rd and goal here. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. From 8 yards out. And
This
the
game's like
Rams
bullshit.
tack on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Wilson. Caught. It's Wilson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Wilson. He'll get this to Eckler. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Back to throw, Stafford. And it's caught. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback and pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge. And someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 2nd down, here's Penny. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The Seahawks on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. They go play action with Wilson. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 38-yard line.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one, were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Los Angeles, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. My broadcast partner and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.